Pauline, I wanted to ask you about the big story in Australian politics this week, which was, of course, Jacinta Price. I believe Susan Lee made an absolute goose of herself. She hasn't laid a finger on the government since in 4 months. She's only managed to make a laughingstock of the Liberal Party. So I'm going to ask you here and now, Pauline Hanson, can One Nation do what Reform and Nigel Farage have done in Britain and be a proper Conservative opposition to the left-wing government in Australia?
Yes, they can, Rowan. We can. And since I've come back to lead the party since 2016, we've had 11 seats won across the country in state and federal politics. The people have had enough, and I observed that when I went in the march shoulder to shoulder with my fellow Australians. One fellow said, "You're our only hope." They're wanting someone to stand up and represent this country and common sense policies. We put out a good suite of policies. People are looking for change. And you've got others saying, oh, no, you must vote for one or the other. You must vote for either the Liberal or the Coalition. No, you don't. And I think people are looking for change. I'm going to keep pushing this, and I'm going to show the people what we can do for them with honesty and integrity and to fight for, common sense. And I hope that people get behind us. It's all about joining and coming on board. Rowan, I've had so many people that had no time for me or the party years gone by. They were the protesters against me. Do you know they're the ones now turning around saying, I wish we had listened to you. You were right in what you were saying. And I will keep pushing them for accountability. Susan Lee is not the leader for the Coalition, but as long as she stays there, people will understand the Coalition is not representing them. And it's a real shame about Jacinta too as well, because Jacinta was telling the truth. And she said it the way that she did it. And my message to Jacinta is, stand strong. They did the same to me, Jacinta. But you know what's right. Don't let them shut you down. You're a great representative for the people. And I'll tell you now, Rowan, people don't know this, but prior to the election, I asked Jacinta to stand with One Nation for the Senate. People don't know that. So anyway, I've said to Jacinta, there's a future for you in politics. Consider where you see the future of this nation going and make the right decisions.
And if you think, I'll just quickly ask you about Jacinta's comments about the level of migration and if Labor are using Indian immigration, but other forms of immigration as well, perhaps Muslim immigration, are they using it to basically gerrymander, I guess, the electoral system in their favour? Is that a legitimate criticism, Pauline Hanson?
Of course it is. Rowan, it's in the book Among the Barbarians, written by Paul Sheehan, released in 1998. Barry Jones, who was then the president of the Labor Party and former minister of the Labor government, actually said in 1997 at a forum, he said, we actually brought people in from Greece and China purely for the vote. And they went around with their own propaganda in their own language because they never pushed English. They don't want these people to be educated. So they put out in their own propaganda stuff that they wanted, and they were blaming the Libs. Oh, the Libs will get rid of immigration. And then they use the same tactic. They want to get rid of Medicare. History is repeating itself, Rowan. Okay. This is why the Labor Party is doing it. So they are. She's right. She's spot on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pauline Hanson. I've run out of time, but great to hear those words.